Alright, let's dive into something that's both fascinating and deeply concerning: Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, Kinshasa is growing faster than almost any city in Africa. But here's the twist: this explosive growth isn't making its residents richer. In fact, it's doing the opposite. What's going on here? Let's break it down. First off, the numbers are staggering. Kinshasa's population is projected to hit 26 million by 2030, potentially making it Africa's most populous city. That's a growth rate of 5.1% per year. Mind-blowing, right? But here's where it gets interesting. This growth isn't driven by natural population increase. It's mostly rural-to-urban migration. And what's pushing people to move? Family reasons top the list at 41%, followed by education at 23% and employment at just 10%. Personally, I find this really intriguing. You'd think economic opportunities would be the main pull, but no, it's family ties and education. What this really suggests is that people are moving to Kinshasa not necessarily for better jobs, but for social and educational reasons. That's a detail I find fascinating, and it raises a deeper question. If people aren't moving for economic reasons, what are they finding when they get there? Well, the answer isn't pretty. Despite the city's rapid expansion, living standards have actually declined. According to the World Bank, the poorest 85% of households in Kinshasa saw a drop in purchasing power between 2012 and 2018. Think about that. The city is booming, but most people are getting poorer. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just a local issue. It's a symptom of a much larger problem. Kinshasa's economy is overwhelmingly local and informal. Only 2.5% of workers are in the formal sector, meaning the vast majority are scraping by in informal jobs. This informal economy is a lifeline, sure, but it's not a pathway to prosperity. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a city where growth and poverty are growing hand in hand. Now, let's talk about why this is happening. One thing that immediately stands out is Kinshasa's lack of integration into global trade networks. Unlike cities that thrive on international commerce, Kinshasa produces only about 60% of internationally tradable goods and services. From my perspective, this is a huge missed opportunity. Cities that participate in global trade tend to have more diverse and resilient economies. Kinshasa, on the other hand, is stuck in a local loop, and its residents are paying the price. What this really suggests is that without access to global markets, the city's growth is unsustainable. It's like building a house on quicksand. Another critical issue is infrastructure. Kinshasa's physical development hasn't kept up with its population boom. Flood-prone areas, weak urban management, and limited access to basic services like piped water have led to the rise of what researchers call precarious neighborhoods. These are informal settlements that don't meet basic living standards. In my opinion, this is a direct result of unchecked growth without planning. It's not just about building more houses. It's about building a livable city. What makes this really interesting is that Kinshasa's story isn't unique. It's a cautionary tale for other rapidly growing African cities. If we don't learn from this, we're bound to repeat it. So, what's the takeaway here? Personally, I think Kinshasa's trajectory forces us to rethink the relationship between urban growth and economic development. Population growth alone doesn't guarantee prosperity. It needs to be paired with investment in infrastructure, formal employment, and global integration. Kinshasa's story is a reminder that cities aren't just about numbers, they're about people. And if we don't prioritize the well-being of those people, growth becomes meaningless. What do you think? Is Kinshasa's future a warning for other cities, or is there still hope for a turnaround? Let me know in the comments below.